sustains it. Thanks for clicking the video. We've got a special message at the end for you if you wouldn't mind sticking around for it. Also, it's totally free to like the video and share it with a friend, which would be so super helpful. Thanks. Hope you haven't seen this performance yet from Leona Lewis. I have not. But this is Leona Lewis, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face.
I'm so excited to be here, sharing the stage with such amazing artists and performing for such wonderful people and a wonderful cause. So this next song was originally sang by a true diva. Her name was Roberta Flack, and this song is called The First Time.
You gotta be kidding me, dude. I mean, Leona Lewis is kind of a household name, right? But when it's like this, right? Like when in the, I have no words. Okay, when it's in the context of doing these reactions and talking about them all together and that kind of thing, I have like synapses in my brain that have now gotten used to like engaging in a really tangible way, and analyzing someone of this caliber and listening and experiencing it and trying to think about what's happening. It's like, come on, dude, this is so amazing. Like it's almost dangerous to apply that much intention to a singer of this caliber, because of what's going on. And finally, I'll talk about what's going on. Oh, of course, Rune, no problem. I totally understand. Adini, that's hilarious. I never even knew. I thought it was very clear, but that's so funny to me. Hey, Iko, good to see you. Okay, so, all right, so here's what's going on and why I'm freaking out. If you were to visually see, if you were to visually mark out the dynamic levels of which she's singing, the result of the top and bottom of that visualization is dynamic range. Now, one thing that we oftentimes mistake when we're approaching phrasing, right? So the stuff you do between the onset and the offset of your voice. We often make mistakes when it comes to the onset. If the onset is anything but clean, you're going to have a really difficult time exploring the max and minimum of your dynamic range, being like the most loud and the most quiet. Leona Lewis keeps everything so quiet overall, and yet creates a massive dynamic range within that softness. And it's because her onsets are so quiet and yet so precisely coordinated. They're not breath driven. They're not harsh. They're perfectly coordinated to where she has the flexibility in her voice to start incredibly, incredibly soft, get just like moderately loud, but then pull back to that amazing softness and pull us in as listeners. And if you've ever sung before, like I know many of you have, and you try to sing as soft as possible for a long time, that's actually way harder than singing loud. It's way harder to do that well. And Leona Lewis, especially in this video, is like a masterclass in soft singing and doing it correctly. Because you can hear how precise her onsets are, and yet they start so softly. And that's part of what makes this like stunning to listen to and kind of think about the technique going into it. Is YouTube worthy? I don't know. Maybe. It's the hand movements, yeah, right? Yeah, Malvolent and I have come up with special hand movements for imagery. I mean, I use those myself, but maybe we can talk about it with Leona Lewis. She could totally do opera. From a technical perspective.
Like a traveling heart.
Sorry. Like, come on, dude. Like dynamic range, right? Soft to loud in one phrase. That's hard to do in general, let alone like to this extent. And stay in tune on the voice. What happened, Adini? What happened? How does I don't think I went and saw Jonas Kaufmann in person. He's one of my favorite opera singers a couple days ago. And he's usually known for creating a lot of sound, a lot of noise. He's a really lovely dark timbre for a tenor. But he made this entire concert recital about how much impact you can make for an audience out of creating the smallest sound possible. And it made it for such an awesome experience, just being pulled in by the artist. And that's what she's doing in such a meaningful way. I assume she's at a benefit concert, so this is not like, you know, a formal concert, but she's doing this performance and giving something really amazing to the audience here. She opens it up. Still goes back. No, the reason I yelled earlier was because of how soft it was, and I was just very, I don't know, I was excited for how my dog is safe underneath my leg. She's sleeping on the floor right here. But yeah. Here she is. But it's so impressive how she can just pull the sound back so much. No, I didn't get bit. I got bit by the soft, beautifully like luxurious, silky, smooth, soft dynamics of Leona Lewis. Can I go back? Go ahead.
I felt your heart so close to mine. And I
Again, and again, the fact that she can pull back and do this all the way from a belt on one breath and then just shrink that sound back, gets our attention with the belt and then pulls it back and like pulls us in. As a performer, this is like the ultimate like performative manipulation. If you're talking about psychology in singing and psychology in music, this is what you do to interact with an audience in a way that they cannot resist the sound. Opening up to a full belt. You see her tongue like flailing. That's a way to manufacture vibrato in a way, or it's sometimes a side effect. If your tongue is that loose and your vibrato is very released, your tongue might bobble like that. Not great technique if you're not using a microphone, but if you're using a microphone, then whatever. It doesn't matter. Any vocal coaches who preach that, where like any wiggle or anything that goes along with vibrato is wrong, they just don't understand how vibrato works.
felt your heart so close to mine.
And sustains it. The vocal production has to be so pristinely optimized in order to create sounds like that and not run out of air. Every piece of that registration, the closure is perfect, so there's not too much air escaping out with either the loud stuff or the soft stuff, and because she can keep sustaining it. So she's in complete control of how fast her air needs to move, how her chords need to work, how her posture needs to be everywhere else in order to really make it work the way she's doing it. I'm so impressed. I'm sorry I'm like pausing so much. It kind of ruins the flow of the enjoyment, but go watch it on your own if you want that. It's like, yeah. I do not randomly scream when I listen to music not on stream. However, that would be really amusing if I did. Just like sitting here doing some work. Ah! I'm literally just lost for words at how well she commands the phrasing in her voice. Like I put her up next to someone like Jeff Buckley or like Joan Sutherland as like some of the most amazing phrasers in voice. I mean, some of our favorite singers here are great at that. But from a pure technical standpoint, I'm blown away. I'm so blown away. Phrasing is the creation of music through the voice. And the ability to do this really marries that idea of musicality and technicality to make something superb. Absolutely superb. Yeah, I'm so blown away. Never underestimate the power of soft singing. It will actually always be more stunning. Good, soft singing will be more impressive than big, loud singing in like 99% of cases.
Hey there, I hope you enjoyed checking out our coach analysis and reactions today. Your support really does mean so much. We've been posting content here on YouTube for almost a year now, and the growth of this channel would not be possible without music lovers and singers like yourself. Now, if you haven't already, it would be awesome to see you in our Discord server, discord.gg/bigbrainsinger, where you can hang out with and chat with other like-minded music enthusiasts. With all the growth we've seen in recent months, we have started planning a ton of really big community projects coming up. And we're actually looking for passionate individuals to help us work on social media marketing and video editing. If you have any interest in helping the community, and those are some things you're interested in specifically, I'd love to hear from you. You can either find me on Discord or email me at charlie@bigbrainsinger.com. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.